What's up, my digitized world? Identification carrying. Oops, that's the wrong button. Peoples. My peeps, if you're in Easter time, I like those little peeps, but they make my stomach hurt. Anyway, Civic, man, a CVC, 33 cents. $219 million market cap, $328 million in fully diluted market cap, $31.5 million in the last 24 hours. $670 million CVC out and about of $1 billion total supply. Now we can see right here, this is price. The blue is price and the green is to BTC. Back when in 2018, when they started doing the bevs, like Budweiser, beer vending machines and stuff, we saw some growth and some hype right there, and then it kind of died down, and all the way until now with the vaccination tracking and digital identification is growing, stuff like that. Civic is a blockchain-based identity management solution that gives individuals and businesses the tools they need to control and protect their personal identification. It's through identity, which is on Ethereum. We'll talk about that. Here's the wallet. Get the Civic wallet. You can see different IDs. Create your digital wallet. $1 million protection in Bitcoin. Verify, protect, pay. But here's identity. It's a decentralized identity verification. Identity.com is an open source ecosystem on its Ethereum, providing access to on-demand secure identity verification, governed by a staking mechanism designed to ensure compliance and good behavior within the ecosystem. Identity.com grants users, requesters, and validators around the world access to low-cost, reusable identity verification powered by the CVC tokens. And that's these bad boys that we was talking about right here. All right. Yeah, here's your ecosystem. Toolkit, workplace. Yeah, if you want to learn more about identity. So we looked on Twitter. Not too much. Looks like there's an AMA coming up in March. March 11th? There was one in January, if you want to check those out. Some milestones, they pretty much hit that. We looked ahead at, as we take a look around the corner to 2021, Civic is already hitting the ground running with our standalone identity verification service for businesses, including more flexible options and pay-as-you-go pricing. Compliance has never been more critical than in 2020, where a remote world needs secure systems to work. Civic Identity Verification does just that by ensuring that commerce with customers is compliant across KYC, AML, GDPR, CCPA, and HIPAA. In addition, they're focused on enhancing the value of the Civic wallet as they continue to bring in and hold BTC. Civic launches consumer-first digital wallet and announces privacy-first proof of health verification for employers. And this was summer of last year, so nothing real new here. We can see this is crypto mass adoption will be here when blank. And this is just more of a look at the system and the network. And if we look right here, here's G20's economic digital system, and here's Chinese economic digital system. You can see this is a Venn diagram, and there's a pretty good overlap. I mean, the Chinese part is almost a third of the G20s. And then when you get down into the financial system for the internet, China makes up a pretty good percentage of, the nation's influences. So take that into consideration. But where we want to get into is this. In the wake of the pandemic, medical records is one area where governments are going to be extremely paranoid, suggested Lingham. How can health authorities be really sure that an individual has been vaccinated against the virus and won't infect dozens of others? And this says documents can be faked, and if vaccinations are certified on a tamper-free blockchain, they're good to go. And that's what Civic offers. Blockchain-powered identity and payment solutions. Civic launches digital wallet out of private beta. This was in the summer again, same thing. But here is digital identity with facial biometrics and health credentials launched. And this was, same summer time frame wallet. But you see the growth factor for it. January, now consumers and small businesses can manage proof of testing and vaccination. Now this is newer, January 13th. And this is probably some of the hype that was, sparking the growth earlier for Civic. If you want to read some of that. All these links will be below. Smarter, let's see, Apple and Google admit Ethereum's app to let employees prove they've been vaccinated. So once all that stuff went out in the summer, shortly after, Apple and Google let them make an app, and Civic was good to go. Here's more news and links if you want. And then we talked about Anheuser-Busch, the beer vending machines, and ID. And I'm not sure where they're still listed together, but I haven't seen much news on, any progression with the Civic, the beer, the Anheuser-Busch ID verification. Anheuser-Busch does see meaningful, better 2021 as beer sales recover. And it talks about how they're, Budweiser is doing better. And they're incorporating more technology, I guess. Biden administration expected to prioritize digital ID and tighten fintech regulations. This was in December. But biometric IDs are going to become, under the new administration, probably a bigger thing than they are right now. Once we get past the vaccinations, then we're going to want to see the tracking, the tracing, and, stuff like that. Whether you're for it or against it, it's coming. I'm apolitical on that aspect. Colorado has already started the process. So Colorado state troopers begin accepting Colorado digital IDs. And if you want to check it out, there's a little video here, but about 30,000 Coloradans have now got digital identification. We look biometric smart cards and Civic digital identity apps to redefine wallets. Dual function cards developed for biometric access control, digital identity, payments. Digital economies are going to explode into this incorporation of everything. And if we look, we see that the market cap is still about 1.4 trillion. Bitcoin is still struggling. Ethereum is struggling mightily. We're just at that time right now. Hopefully things will come back, but we're taking this to a different side. We're looking at the future here, folks. Waves of the future. The promise of blockchain for sustainable digital identity solutions. More biometric articles that you can go through and read. Digital identity during the COVID-19 pandemic. Decentralized identity solutions and identifiers. Civic coin price prediction and what will follow. And if you go down here, you can see the same kind of graph that we were looking at. But their predictions on the low side, we're 30-something cents right now going into 2021. That's about where we are. But they do see this going back up. This was an old prediction. That's why I liked it. It was over a year old. And it was still pretty close. So good job, guys. And then finally, even the off cold storage wallets are getting into biometric ID. This was, a year ago? And you can see it's got biometric thumbprint ID, and it's a cold wallet QR code. Pretty cool if you ask me. And I think that more technology along these lines will be in the near future, and I think Civic could be a part of that. What do you think? Leave comments below. Remember, like, subscribe. Cheers, everybody. Good investing, and hopefully the red turns to green soon.